Ahoy there, everybody, and welcome aboard the SS Powerful Stream. We're happy to have you for this voyage. I'm your captain today, Captain Jim, and joining me as always in Morgantown, West Virginia, he's my first mate. He's the RPG Machine 86, Andrew.
How you doing, guys?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look good.
That's a must every day.
You ready to go on this voyage with me, Andrew?
I am most definitely am, sir.
Excellent. And way down in Panama, he's swabbing the decks. It's Carcamo.
Jesús me dijo que me riera si el enemigo se sienta en la carrera. Y también me dijo, no te mortifiques, que yo le quito las avispas para que lo piquen de verdad. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm just prolonging the stereotype that, yeah, whatever, guys. Hey, thank you for being here. And I was just, mopping the floor. Thank you, Captain. Captain Kid. Sure you can. But anyway, hey, thanks, guys.
And thank you, Carcamo. You provide us with a great service, and we're always happy to have you aboard. And in San Diego, California. Well, tell him to fuck off. In San Diego, California, he's my own personal Rear Admiral. It's Yell Chaos.
Ahoy there, Captain Jim. I am located aboard the barge de San Diego, and I'm the Rear Admiral. And you're why am I the Rear Admiral and you're the Captain? Why is there a reason for that? What makes you so fucking important?
Well, it's my show, and Rear Admiral.
It's your show.
Serves
Despite
a very
my
important,
long list of qualifications, it's your show.
Serves a very important function.
Well, while we're talking about this, what is the highest rank in the Navy? I don't know these things. I'm the Rear Admiral. You're the Captain. What is the highest rank there in the Navy?
Well, let's see now. Not 100% up to date on my Navy rankings. It's a Grand Dragon. That's it. Grand Dragon. Wait.
Maybe not.
Might be getting my ranking systems mixed up.
Maybe.
Maybe I'm thinking of the British Navy. Anyway, we're really happy to have all you viewers here each and every time watching our show. It's really excellent to have you. You're all Grand Dragons in my book. And we're going to go ahead and get this...
There's scores of great education to be had in the Air Force, isn't there?
Well, what are you talking about?
Not a thing. Please continue.
I think I'm on the money with this one. Anyway, we got a great show lined up for you. First thing we wanted to get to, Carcamo, you've been kind of a busy man this past month or so. You went all the way to Los Angeles, California, didn't you? What was going on over there?
Well, this was my, wait a minute, it's 2013, 14. This is my fourth E3, and I think, okay, like gaming-wise, I think it wasn't like the biggest, it wasn't like the crappiest, it was okay, but like experience-wise, like for me this was the best. I had so much fun, and well, I don't know if you have like, where do you want me to start, because I have a lot to say about E3.
Well, you did get to thumb wrestle Xavier Woods, didn't you?
Oh yes, I did. Well, I've been doing this stuff since last year. Like if I found like a quote unquote celebrity or YouTuber or whatever, I'll thumb wrestle them. And yes, I found this past E3 Xavier Woods and almost beat him. But yeah, you can find all that in my channel, Carcamo Gaming, right here on YouTube. Also, last year was pretty fun because I thumb wrestled Yoshinori Ono, and also, okay, oh yeah, I also, one of the biggest influence in my character, I wrestle, holy crap, I just forgot. Wait, David Jaffe, and yeah, that was pretty fun. There's a lot of other cool stuff that I did. There's a lot of other videos that I have to get on, but well, I got here in Panama, there was still like a lot of work, and well, I'm always doing stuff.
What game per se stood out to you? Because I saw there was what was it, like Cuphead, and there was Zelda, and just a whole fucking smorgasbord of stuff. I mean, what was your favorite? Because you got to try them all out, right? You were there.
I mean,
so
I tried a lot. I really the one that I wanted to try the most was actually two of them. Batman VR, it was impossible with the lines, man. And Resident Evil 7. Sadly, I couldn't experience them on VR, but I did try something. Okay, no, before talking about that, yeah, let's go with the games because I do have a like a new experience that I had there at E3, something totally new. So yeah, I like Cuphead. I've been waiting for that game. I really don't know what's taking forever, but it looks pretty cool. Like I said on my video, it feels like Contra, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Then hi DDP. So I also tried Bloodstained. It felt like playing like one of the Castlevanias from the Nintendo DS. Really felt just like it, and it was actually pretty cool. Felt like home. Felt like I was playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night with a few tweaks, obviously the graphics and stuff. It's 60 frames per second. Okay, now my favorite one because it was the premise was pretty interesting. It was A Happy Few. That's an Xbox exclusive, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Is that the one with like the happy pills and?
Yeah. That game is actually like a mixture of Fallout, a little bit of Fallout, and I don't know if you guys watched this movie with Christian Bale called Equilibrium.
Yeah, Equilibrium's awesome.
Yeah, well, so if you guys haven't, I'm just going to tell you the premise real quick. Equilibrium, like, the world is in perfect harmony, so they made up, like, this drug that it took off, like, every feeling. Like, you couldn't feel love
Yeah, you don't
or
feel
anger.
emotions.
Yeah, emotions. That's the word. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, you couldn't feel, like, any emotions. And like Christian Bale, like he stopped taking that and he started feeling. And there was obviously the revolution guys. There was like the group that what, fuck it, I don't wanna take the drug because I wanna have emotions. And then the government was trying to take. So this is practically that movie, but kind of different. So the game started with this guy. Okay, check out this work. That's what I like. I took my time with this game because the demo was kind of long, was pretty decent, and you could read a lot about the backstory of the game. So this guy's job, the guy that you were using in the game, his job was to grab newspapers, like old newspapers, and if he saw like a story that it wasn't like good news or anything, he would like scratch it. He would like he had a Sharpie and he would put everything black. But he had to read the newspapers and he like, oh, this is approved and stuff like that. So what happens, like, the guy saw something that triggered him, and he was like, oh, I gotta take the pill, and it was a mistake, like it fell or something, and he didn't take it, and so that's where it starts. And so they noticed, oh, so everything that's fucked up, you see it like with the pill, you see like it's good. There's this scene, and there's no spoilers, by the way, it's everywhere, and it's the start of the game, where they're beating like a piñata. They're like, oh, come on, hit the piñata and whatever, do that. And so when he like blinks and he started seeing everything like it should be, it was like a rat. They were hitting on a rat, and they were eating like the candies. It wasn't candy. They were eating like the rat's guts. And then oh, by the way, they were all like, so that's like, I also like this game. They also had like mime faces, like literally those classic mime faces. Oh, and this game is also kind of in like the 50s, so that's why I say that's like the Fallout part.
Mm.
So anyway, the thing is that a girl, like she noticed the guy, like, oh my god, are you okay? Like, oh my god, you're not taking your pill. Oh, and she called like the police. Like, this guy, he's a downer. They call them downers. And when you go out, because it looks kind of like a facility, like a vault, if you will, he goes out into the world and you start exploring, and then you realize that there's like more groups of people, the revolution, the downers, because they don't want to take that pill. So the pill makes you happy. That's that was like my favorite and most interesting game. Okay, I'm gonna try to be a little more quick here. The other game that I loved, there's like this new IP. Holy crap, I forgot the name. It was. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys. You can remind me. This game that started. When it started, I thought it was the sequel for. Holy crap! I'm so like my mind is everywhere. What's the game with Ellie and Joel? The Last of Us. The Last of Us. So when it started, I thought, like, oh, I'm sure this is The Last of Us 2. And it's
Days Gone.
Thank you, Andrew. Days Gone. It was a totally new IP, and yeah, the whole zombie thing, but the way it was presented, it looked freaking crazy. And it's also like a mixture of World War Z and like I don't know, like Walking Dead or something. And it was really like action packed. Like you could see like countless zombies like running like crazy, and this was with a machine gun.
Yeah, one of the gimmicks they were trying to push real hard is the fact that they have so many enemies on the screen at once.
Yes, because there was like a holy shit ton of zombies, but really you could feel like the tension, and also that game. There's also rumored, like the press conference. I forgot to mention this on my video, but on the PlayStation's press conference, supposedly they were supposed to end with Red Dead Redemption 2. Now this is a rumor, but I mean it feels accurate, and they didn't. They used Days Gone because supposedly the demo with that Red Dead Redemption, like it was like a big ass killing in a Western bar or something. So and the thing with the
shooting.
Yeah, the shooting in the GBTL in that community, it just happened. So it, people are sensitive. I mean, it's totally understandable. So I mean, Days Gone was at the beginning of the press conference, and they put it again at the end, and they're like, this is kind of weird, but still, man, yeah, that IP really caught my attention. And I mean, there's also the new Spider-Man game. Nintendo was kind of crappy because it wasn't like a Nintendo booth. It was only like The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and that Nintendo doesn't have they don't have shit.
Well, yeah, but no one could shut the fuck up on the internet about it for 2 goddamn days.
Yeah, they were pushing Zelda and the new Pokemons.
Well, what did you, Andrew? Because you got the names down at least. You seem like you have a pretty good memory. But were you following E3? What did you?
Yeah, I always watch every conference every year.
Actually, you did. You put up a couple of E3 kind of like synopsis videos, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean nobody watched them, but I put them up. Yeah, they're up there.
What were you into? What were you digging the most? Like maybe top 2, 3.
Between well, with Sony, the fact that The Last Guardian finally has a release date is fucking awesome. I've been waiting for that game forever.
Finally,
Shadows of the Colossus is one of my favorite games fucking ever. So to get something by that kind of team again is great. Also, Horizon Zero Dawn, I think, is going to be the next fucking thing that takes my life away, because that game is awesome.
Is that the one with, like, the robot dinosaurs and stuff?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, that does look pretty sweet.
And one interesting thing about that game is it's made by the team that makes Killzone, and they haven't really done very much stuff other than Killzone, so that kind of intrigues me, too, because this is supposed to be some kind of massive RPG, so we'll see how that goes. And then, let's see, Sony.
Razor Jim in the chat says, shout out to Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, I mean, that was exciting for sure.
It wasn't like a new game, but at least, I mean, I'm not complaining about the remastered.
Yeah, but guys, if you want a new game, you got to go out and buy that remaster when it comes out, because that's what they're trying to fucking do, is test the waters. So,
like, I'll do anything in my power, like, to make people buy that fucking remaster, man. And I mean, but it's kind of cool because I'm sure there's like really like new kids that have never played Crash Bandicoot, probably doesn't even know what it is. And the cool thing is that if you played Uncharted 4, there's like this segment of Nathan Drake playing Crash Bandicoot. So I think they're really trying to establish Crash Bandicoot, so people like, hey, this exists. and this is coming, and also, you know, Crash is in Skylander, so they're really pushing Crash, and I love it, man. I'm glad they're doing that, and I hope that game sells well, because yeah, like Andrew said, that's what they're trying to do. Like, okay, let's see if this works out.
Yeah, hopefully oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, hopefully that's kind of like a lead-in, like that's indicative that they're gonna do more stuff with Crash, because that's you know, pretty well established, big fan base. I mean, it would be really nice to see a new Crash game. Obviously, they'd have to do something different with it. You couldn't just remake, you know, in the exact same style as old Crash games, because that would be, I don't know, kind of, I don't want to say like predictable, but people might get a little pissed if you just.
Why not? That's what they did with Doom.
Yeah, but that's I don't know. Well,
no.
Well, they with Doom, that's kind of like a return to form, though. I mean, following Doom 3, which was like something different.
Explain the difference.
I don't know. I guess because people like it, obviously. So.
Are you saying people wouldn't like a reimagining or a return to form for Crash Bandicoot? Because Crash Bandicoot's been doing stupid Sonic the Hedgehog shit for the last 10 years.
Yeah, I mean,
that gameplay style might get over again.
It depends on how.
That could work. That could work if they tried. Don't say it wouldn't, because you don't know.
Well, it depends on how basic they go with it. If they go with like a Crash 1, just straightforward style. If they do something more like they did with like Warped or something like that, where there's like more than just like those like straightforward platforming kind of levels, where it's kind of all over the place. There's swimming and using like vehicles and all kinds of.
Yeah, but you also know as well as I do that predictable is not a bad thing when done very, very well.
Well, I mean, time will tell. I mean, the remasters are coming out.
Come on, you don't have to go that far. Just look at Nintendo, man. With all of their Mario games, I mean, I'm not complaining. I fucking love Mario. I'm a sucker for Mario. But I mean, it's like the same thing. New worlds. How many new Super Mario Brothers did they make, man? There's like the Luigi, the new Luigi Brothers, the Super Mario Brothers Wii. Then they did the Wii U Super Mario Brothers. Then there's one the DS, and they all sell well.
It draws money.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then before we get too far off topic, Chaos. I know you typically you follow E3, right? And usually.
I tried. I was.
You guys used to do those damage reports on the 8-Bit podcast, right?
Yeah.
Where you would dedicate a show.
Well, it's funny because I've had a lot of correspondence about doing another one. And really, E3, and I'm sure Carcomo had a great time, and I'm sure that was because there was so much room. Did anybody else get a look at all the fucking wide open space there was at the Los Angeles Convention Center?
Yeah,
Activision didn't show up. Activision is fucking like 10% of the business. They left a big, gaping hole, all right? Fucking EA had a half hour worth of material they decided to stretch into 72 minutes.
Yeah,
why they needed that long, I don't know.
That was the worst.
Can someone send Pele home? What do we need this guy at fucking E3 for? Okay, EA had nothing.
He's still alive,
right? And have you seen what? Did anybody see Peter Moore? Peter Moore aged horribly in 1 year's time. Horrible. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do my own shout out right now. I like an asshole. I name dropped Peter Moore on the Twitter. I said, look at Peter Moore. He's old. He's aged. I said some dickhead remark like that. You know me. And he said, and he shot back to me. He said, at Yo Chaos. He said, oh no. I don't know what that meant, but the fact remains, like, the last year has not been nice to Peter Moore.
Like,
right?
was that an actual oh no, or was that a sarcastic oh no?
I don't know. He
doesn't give a fuck.
It. He capitalized
I think he's being an asshole is what he's doing.
I think if he wasn't typing it, he would have had his hands on his face like this.
Either way,
don't give a fuck.
The point is, this supposedly busy man took time out of his schedule during his busiest week of the year to talk to me, the guy from the 8-Bit podcast. What does that show? They have plenty of time on their hands.
Hey guys, I'm sorry to interrupt. There's two things I must say because I was gonna say something I did like really new and cool. And first of all, I want to welcome Jimmy Hoppa, of course.
What's up, Jimmy?
Tell that cunt to shut his trap.
Dude, Jimmy, freaking message me, man. Message me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but don't message me though because I hate you. What else were you gonna say, Karkamo?
Okay, I was gonna say. Oh, wait, well, let me see who asked because somebody jogged my memory. Okay, Racer Gem 555 to 666 asked me if I went to the Naughty America booth, and I did. It was VR porn, and that's I don't know what the fuck. Why haven't I released that video? Because I was there and I did an interview and everything. So anyway, that video is coming, guys. So I went to the Naughty
rules
America.
about YouTube videos with that kind of content? No.
I mean, you won't see any like TNA like for real. I will just tell you my experience. That's what I'm gonna do.
Nobody watches TNA.
Gosh, shut up.
I don't know, man. That Hardy Boys angle is fucking tearing up the charts.
What he's not telling you is there's going to be a whole lot of D all over it.
Oh, yeah.
Wrestling angle with Roman candles.
I give that video a D.
Hey, guys,
all right, let Karkamo talk.
Yeah, okay, so I was in the Naughty America, and if you don't know what Naughty America is, those are the guys that, did like Ass Parade and my best friend's mom. I'm just giving you something so you can know Naughty America because I know a little bit, not much. I'm not an expert, but anyway, I digress. So there was this line, and the booth was conveniently placed just besides the bathroom. That was very convenient. So there was this big line, and there was
That's fucking. Oh.
Yeah.
Just put it in the bathroom, Jesus.
Yeah, I think that's a better idea. Maybe next year, Jim. So it was full of people, man, and there was like everything, like men, women, dogs, and I was in the line, like I'm totally trying this, and so there was like I'm gonna describe it. There was 3 demos. So you put the VR thing, and then like all of a sudden I was like, whoa, because there was this hot chick right here in front of my face. And she was like, and she would like talk to you like, hey, Karkamo. Well, she didn't say my name, but you know what I mean. Like, hey, you look mighty sexy today and stuff like that. I want me to, do something to you. We'll say what, and then she starts, and then it's the VR thing. It's actually like 180 camera. It's not a 360 because I can't stop thinking about the technical aspects. So I'm like, okay. If there was a 360 cam, you would see like the cameraman, you would see like the lights, maybe the background. So this guy's like 180 because you can only do like this, you go like this, like up, and you can see down. So obviously I looked down and I saw like, well, that's not my junk. Well, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to immerse in this stuff. So let's say that's my junk. And then she starts doing the thing, and it was kind of awkward. So I was trying. I was like, okay, focus, Karkamo. You don't want to get a hard on because I'm wearing tights.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like full of people everywhere, and I was the only guy there with tights. So that was the first demo. So the second demo, it was like
that as though it's surprising.
So the second demo was like a foursome because there was like one girl here, and you had like 2 girls, and they were all like doing stuff at the same time. And I was like, oh my god, like I didn't know where to look. And then the third demo, there was like another girl, and there was like a time where she was like right here, and her boobs couldn't like let me see anything. I'm like move over. But at the end of VR, quote unquote VR, it's just like an 180 camera because it's not like other VR games that I did try, where you have to move, the things so you can move and do some other types of things. And I don't know, but I'm sure in Japan they're probably working on some peripherals so you can maybe put on your junk. Or, I don't know. I'm just speculating. But that was basically what VR porn was, and a video's coming this week. Sorry, because I don't know why. How could I forget about that?
Well, that's interesting. That you did that. There are peripherals. Here in Japan, by the way,
they are
It's a little different. It's not. It looks like a cartoon woman that you're banging because that's what they're into. But yeah, looking forward to that video. You're gonna come out. It gets a D. Right, Andrew? Give it a D. We give it a
D.
We give it a D. Chaos, thoughts on virtual pornography before we move on?
I give it a double D.
Oh,
shit.
Yeah.
Buzzing. All right. Well, now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and move on. Andrew, we're going to go ahead and, because that was the entire purpose of this show. It was all just building up to that. Andrew, we're going to start with you because this game came out recently, kind of polarizing. Some people say it's pretty good. Well, yeah, it
By
kind
the
of
way,
goes
I
from...
thought E3 really sucked. Thank you.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Views on this game go from, I say,
It's like a
bad...
Metallica show. We never finish the songs.
No, fuck them. Who cares? We got bad to indifferent. Is kind of in between that. Mighty Number 9. Some people not too pleased with this, especially the people who backed it on Kickstarter. Started. Andrew, I know you've played it.
Yeah. Talk about this because I don't get it.
Yeah, go. Take off with Mighty Number 9, Andrew. What do you think about it? What's your beef?
There's basically two schools of thought when I think about the game. For if you're going to base the game off of being just a good game to play itself, it plays all right. It's not the best. It plays okay. If you're going to base it off of what they promised us they were going to bring to us, it's fucking garbage. Because it's nothing what they that they said they were going to bring us. There's no hand-drawn graphics in it. There's no... It looks like a shitty Saturday morning cartoon of nowadays, which I fucking hate. I can't stand that kind of graphics. They're fucking garbage. I mean, like... I don't know. I did give to the Kickstarter, and I'm pretty pissed off with the way it came out, to be completely honest with you. So that's how I feel about it.
Well, I had heard that like people who back.
Wait. Can we back up real quick, Andrew? What's wrong with it? What was it that? What is
mainly the style of it. I was really hoping for like an anime-ish type style of hand-drawn graphics, like something reminiscent of maybe like not. Of course, it wouldn't look like this, but like Sphere, like that kind of like hand-drawn. Like and we didn't get that. I mean, he said when they first did the Kickstarter, all the characters were going to be hand-drawn. There's nothing fucking hand-drawn in it at all.
Well, okay.
So,
well, my question is, first and foremost, though, how does it play?
It plays okay. That's kind of the fucking thing about it. It kind of sucks because it's not a bad game. Is it the follow-up to Mega Man that we've all been wanting? No. Like, it's not another Mega Man game. It's a different game.
Well, obviously.
I mean, well, yeah, but he was saying it's a spiritual successor. It's called fucking Mighty Number 9.
Well,
yeah,
and that
Stephen,
sounds to me like a bunch of PR bullshit. He sounded like a newly formed businessman with a studio.
Stephen, they're trying to do... I mean, Keiji Inafune and the team, whatever, they're trying to do this exactly like Mega Man, man. Just like, the 8 Robot Masters, the guy has a sister, the villain is freaking Dr. Wily, man. You can't... Yes. He's Dr. Wily. There's Dr. Light. Everything is the freaking same. Right. The only thing, my complaint is that it's just like an okay game, man. It plays.
Here's the thing. What's the main mechanic that everybody remembers from Mega Man? What is the main mechanic? You beat the boss, you get the new weapon, right? In this game, it doesn't fucking matter. You can beat it in any order. None of the weapons really do anything to help you that much at all.
Well, do you realize that's another way of saying open world game?
What?
No, dude, because it's no.
That's another way of saying open-ended. I'm not trying to say this is a great game. What I am trying, it seems to me like you guys are confusing your hatred for a piece of software with your hatred for this company that has something to do with Anita Sarkeesian and the way that public money was spent to put together this project to ham out in order for them to deliver a substandard product. It seems to me you're upset for all the wrong reasons. Yes, is it a mediocre game? Sure. But how many mediocre games are there? Is it going to matter in the long run?
I mean, hear me out.
fucking kayfabe of the bullshit that goes on the internet. People hate these people. Oh, they took that money from the Kickstarter.
Okay, listen to me with
It's a mediocre game. It's a mediocre game made by obviously mediocre business people. Keiji Inafune may have been the creator of Mega Man. Does that mean that he can carry his own fucking publishing arm? No. This goes to show that these were people. They're not bad people. Maybe Anita Sarkeesian's a bad person. Yes, fine. We'll say Anita Sarkeesian's a bad person. Okay? But Keiji Inafune, does that make him a bad person? No. He's just a really shitty businessman, and he lied to sell his product. Because I think he felt the end justified the means. Plus, owing money in Japan is different than owing money in North America. Okay? Here in North America, they forgive that shit. Okay? You take, when you do something like this as a Japanese person representing Japan in the arts, this is going to make Keiji Inafune look like shit, and I just want to make sure that he doesn't look like shit for all the wrong reasons, because you guys have seemed to bought into the fucking drama that goes on the internet. It's just a mediocre game put together by a mediocre company.
Have you? I mean, the thing that pisses me off. Like I said, I played the game.
Wait a second, Steven, have you played the game?
No, I haven't.
Well then, where do you really have the room to say that my opinion is invalid?
I'm not saying your opinion is invalid. I just want you to focus on what it is that we're talking about, because you seem to be mixing the emotions, because it seems like your feelings, you have no problems with the gameplay. Now, the gameplay is the game. Everything else is of ancillary value. It's fluff.
I mean, the visual of the game is a huge part for some games.
Okay, now I understand that, because how much did this game cost to make?
I mean, the Kickstarter,
a couple of millions?
Got like fucking millions.
They got
like 5 million, I think. It was like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
4 or 5 million. If somebody has
but you know something, Stephen, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, I think like later they got like, okay, let me get this straight. Like it started with he asked like.
Can somebody get a figure together? I don't know where do you go to find the people in the comment section always know where to get these numbers.
He has like let's say for example he asked for 2 million, so he got 5 million, and then he promised blah 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 blah, and then like a couple of months later in development he asked for more money. Is this correct, Andrew?
Yes.
So yeah. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna tell you my point of view.
And that's what I just said. He's a shitty businessman. We've established that.
Yeah, he only needed like 2, and he got 5, and then he asked for more. But that's not the thing. That's not even why I'm pissed. I'm gonna tell you why I'm pissed. Now, for me, the thing that I'm pissed is because, like I said, we were promised something else. I'm not even complaining also about the graphics because you know what? Fuck it. I don't care about the graphics, and I'm more of a gameplay person. I still fucking love Final Fantasy VII and all those PS1 era games. I could play Resident Evil 1, like any other day. But anyway, the thing is that, I'm like, fuck the graphics. I don't care. I just want to play some fucking Mega Man. Number 9. And, I mean, it felt like I was playing Mega Man X, which is not a bad thing. The thing is, like really, the game is, I don't know, man. It's just like, it's an okay game. Like you say, Chaos, it's mediocre. It is mediocre. But the thing is that we weren't supposed to get a mediocre game. This was fucking hyped, and they got a lot of money.
Every game is hyped to make you buy it. I think you're upset because you feel swindled. That I understand. But
I mean,
there seems to be much ado. There seems to be much ado about a mediocre game. Mediocre games come out all the time. This is, I think, because people feel duped. I understand that feeling, but don't confuse the two. The fact remains, it seems like Keiji Inafune was standing and basically being supported by the reputation of Mega Man from 30 fucking years earlier, and a bunch of people had money on fire in their wallet and couldn't wait to give him money, more money than he needed, and then he mismanaged it. Because he's a game maker, not a businessman. And then he lied. Why? Because that's what you do in business. When you're wrong, you lie until you sell enough to where it doesn't matter anymore. Because once you've sold something, it's a success and it doesn't matter. Watch, this game is going to get a great reputation for some fucking reason. In future generations of retro gamers, Mighty Number 9 is going to be remembered for this fucking controversy, and it's going to be collectible because of it. Mark my words.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that.
I know that, and Andrew, you could probably back me up on this, and Karakamo too. I don't know if you supported the Kickstarter as well. I know a lot of people were pretty pissed off, the people that were backers on Kickstarter, because review copies were sent to all these people to review it and hype the game up before they were sent to people who actually backed the game for it. So the people who actually paid to have the game made were basically thought of second, and then the people that could review the game and maybe push a few more units, they were thought of first. And I know that pissed a lot of people off. Andrew, did you have to put up with that, I guess?
I mean, it didn't come when it was supposed to, but it wasn't as bad as other people. I got it in like a week or something, like from release date, so that wasn't terrible. You know, like it was supposed to be here like the day after it released, but it didn't show up until like a week, probably maybe like a week and a half later.
But even like before release day, it was already in the hands of people to review it, right?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I understand totally what Chaos is saying about not getting caught up into the hype of things and stuff, but I mean, you do to a certain extent because you see how everyone else feels about this, and if you feel that way, it kind of amplifies it a little bit. Just
well, no, I understand that. I'm not going to take that away from you. You are perfectly valid in having those feelings. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that everyone seemed, like I said, they gave him more money than he needed. And why? Now you remember, people think about the Mega Man games from the NES. Think about the Mega Man X games from the Super Nintendo. And then also think about games brought out by a similar company like Sunset Riders, and then there's Resident Evil. You notice that Capcom put these games out. Keiji Inafune didn't put these games out. Keiji Inafune was there. He was a cog in that machine. But for some reason, a bunch of people saw one name associated with something out of their past. They emptied their wallets on this man based on the reputation not of Keiji Inafune, but of Capcom. Keiji Inafune did nothing to build that legacy. He made Mega Man. Yes, he did. Did he make the game all by himself? No, he was one of those guys. And for some reason, everyone put all this faith into this name that they can barely remember. He's one of the 4 names that you can remember. Shigeru Miyamoto, Keiji Inafune, and that other guy from the Metal Gear thing. I can't even remember his name now. You see what I'm talking about?
Hideo Kojima.
Hideo Kojima, thank you.
Inafune, wasn't he just like more like the art director?
I think he was like the lead designer.
He started doing the drawings.
But he was the lead designer 30 years ago. Game art and design is totally different now than it was back then.
And I agree with everything you just said, but the fact that he came from that art side of it, that's why I hoped so much for the graphics. Because I thought since he is an artist himself, he would see, like, he would just look at graphics like the game has and be like, that's shit. I
have to admit, Andrew.
But don't forget, he's got people talking in his ear who want minimalistic shit too. There's all kinds of old people in his ear that say this should be more like old Mega Man, because what's popular on the phones and on the Vitas?
I heard that
retro-styled, simplistic games.
I mean, I do have to admit, like, the graphics are like PS2 era graphics, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and not only that, like, I said I don't care because I really don't care, but I would actually prefer that. Yeah, he said it was going to be, kind of like Odin Sphere. Imagine, playing Mega Man. Oh, let's say like Cuphead, because Cuphead it's like drawn.
Yeah. Yep.
It would have been fucking awesome.
Sure.
Yeah, and I feel like if it would have had a style like that, which not a lot of games have at this point, other than indie games, I feel like people wouldn't have had as big a problem with the game. There's a lot of things fucking wrong with it, man. And honestly, like, the way that they set up the whole, like, everything in the game is like a point-based system, which is more like akin to like old arcade games, which like that just doesn't make any sense to me. Because again, if you're trying to make an action platformer, why am I worrying about points?
But again, he's got people talking in his ear from both sides of the equation. They want this, they want that, and Keiji Inafune strikes me as a person who can't say no. He can't look these people in the face and say no. So what do? They tried to cram all of this. It looks like they ran out of time on a lot of things. Why? Because he's probably got to go around and telling everybody whatever about it's going to have this and it's going to have that, and lying. Lying takes time. Never forget that. Okay?
Yeah.
He had to go out and lie while he's supposed to be making some fucking game. And he clearly wasn't, because he's on fucking YouTube and Kickstarter.com telling everybody what they're going to do and how they do this. This is an example of why I've espoused the platform for years now that crowdfunding is not a good idea. This is what happens when people who are not established in running their own business go into business with money they didn't have to earn.
One last thing that I want to say, Stephen, before I forget. Like, the sad part is that, you know, all people, like, well, many people are mad and stuff, but the sad part is that I don't want this game, like, I don't want it to sell bad, because I would like to see a sequel, and I would like them to improve on the things they fucked up. And if
See, but that's the thing, though. That's the thing, Karkamo. You're making it seem like you have faith that these people know how to make good games, despite the fact that their big chance, this was their big chance to show that they're the fucking man, and they fumbled the ball. Now that's interesting,
man.
Because it seems to me like you're ready to give money to somebody who already has a fucking damaged track record.
I'm not saying. I mean, there's two things that, you know, like I said, it's like a conflict. I have mixed feelings. It's like a mixed bag, because, I mean, it's fucking Keiji Inafune, and I still I admire the motherfucker. So for one part, I'm disappointed and I feel betrayed. But there's another part that, oh God, I know he has another good Mega Man game inside of him.
You don't know that. You want to feel that, but you don't know.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing, Stephen, that I want to feel that way. And the other thing that I don't like is that this makes people lose hope on Kickstarters, because there are good games that have come out of Kickstarters.
Yeah, I think Bloodstained is going to be fantastic.
Is Bloodstained being crowdfunded? I didn't know.
It is, and that's
it was crowdfunded, yes, but it's a whole different story. There was already a team together and stuff. Like they had their shit in a group. Like, you know what I mean? Like they knew what the fuck they were doing. Where Keiji Inafune was just like, all right, I'm gonna crowdfund this thing and then figure shit out. Which is like the fucking craziest way you could have fucking done that.
Well,
but
somebody did that recently. Somebody did that recently. They called themselves Coleco. Never mind, that's not important.
Well,
the point is, a business plan should come long before anything else.
Well,
but really, it's I mean, there's many games and many Kickstarter that have failed, and that's why to some extent, okay, this is a 50-50 situation. That's the bad thing, and the good thing about Kickstarter, it's a gamble, because there are people that want to steal your money. Remember the guy with the Cheetah Man 2? It was Cheetah Man 2, right? He stole and he ripped off. He even ripped off James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd. But there's also like good things. I mean, Tim Schafer, the creator of the Monkey Island, and some awesome games like Psychonauts. And Grim Fandango, I think he was the guy that started the thing with Kickstarter that it could work for games. And we got the adventure game. What was the name? Damn it! Well, I don't know. Oh, we got a new adventure game. It got Kickstarted, and it really wasn't bad. It was with Elijah Wood and some actors. I can't remember right now. So the thing is that there's other good games that I would like to see them Kickstarter. There's the spiritual successor of River City Ransom. I don't remember if that got funded.
Oh yeah.
But that looked awesome. I remember I saw that at the video. You can look at the video on YouTube. And it looked freaking awesome. And I don't remember, but like a year ago I saw if it was funded, and it wasn't it didn't have it was funded, but it didn't got a lot of money to be on PS4, Xbox One, or the Wii U or anything. So that's my point, Stephen, that I know it's a gamble, but I don't like to see this type of shit, because people lose hope, and they don't want to believe in that, and obviously nobody wants to lose money, and that freaking sucks. It sums up. It sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
you and your fucking money are doomed. End of discussion.
Well, since we already brought it up, somebody in the comments, I believe his name is Arioka, he was asking what we think of Bloodstained and how it's shaping up. I haven't played the demo. I've watched a playthrough of the demo. I thought it looked pretty awesome. Karkamo, I know you played through the Bloodstained demo. Did anyone else give it a shot? What's the consensus?
I haven't played it yet. I watched the videos.
Like, to be honest, there's not much to say, Jim. Yeah, it's just like I said. It just feels like a DS Castlevania. The graphics, they look better. It's 60 frames per second, but it's just like the same thing. You can equip stuff, like armor, equip weapons. Like really, I didn't, at least in the demo, I didn't see like anything like groundbreaking or a new thing. So I don't know, man. I'm still not sure how to feel about it, if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, it felt good. That's it. It reminded me of Castlevania, and I miss old school Castlevania. So
I saw. I mean, it looked really cool. One of the things I saw, the boss character that you fight, some kind of kraken thing, has really giant titties on it. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh yes.
But other than that, yeah, it looks essentially like, kind of like Symphony of the Night or Area of Sorrow or something like that. Which is, I mean, that's not a bad thing. That style of game works well enough, I guess. I mean, there have been a lot of them that could be kind of wearing thin. I think the last one I played was Order of Ecclesia, and I think that Metroidvania premise is starting to wear a little bit thin. But yeah, I guess we'll wait and see. Andrew, you had something to throw in on there?
I mean, I was just back to it, but I was just going to compare the two for a second, Mighty Number 9 and Bloodstained, because when you watch Bloodstained, you don't even have to play it. It feels like Castlevania when you're watching it, and when you watch Mighty Number 9, it does not feel like Mega Man to me. It does not give me that feeling at all. And the music probably has a lot to do with it, because the music in Castlevania or in Bloodstained sounded fucking amazing, and I don't like the music in Mighty Number 9.
It does seem like with Bloodstained they're going very, very heavy on the style. They're well,
I mean, the dude, what's the guy? Do you know his name, Jim? The dude that's like the head dude. I don't know his name.
Igarashi-san, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just gonna make up a random Japanese name, but Hashi-san, we'll go with that.
Doesn't he play guitar and shit? Like, isn't that like a main focus of his? Like, I thought he said that in an interview. He was like, I want this game to have Castlevania music. Like, I thought that was like something he very stated in the beginning. But
you would probably know better than me. I haven't really been following.
I mean, I follow him on like Facebook and Twitter and stuff, and like I've just read a lot of stuff about it because I'm excited. I'm more excited about this than
Egood. That's what they're saying here in the comments. Jimmy.
Hey, by the way, Jimmy said something very important that like a good Kickstarter Kickstarter example is Shovel Knight.
Yeah,
true.
That's true.
Yeah, that was a kick-ass game. These guys, that
game is
like
so
they
good,
did everything they promised. They delivered
on the first try, their first time out.
Yes,
and they are now a viable publisher. No one does that their first time out.
Nope.
It's pretty rad.
And they did. And now you want to give them more money. You should make more games for me.
Of course.
That's how it's done.
Right.
Shovel Knight felt more of a Mega Man game than freaking Mighty Number 9. That doesn't make sense.
True. That is true.
So then we'll put the
let's go away from Mighty Number 9.
the capper on that because everybody's.
We kept trying and you kept bringing us back, Andrew. You and your hatred.
I can't help it, man, because I'm like Karkamo said, I'm so. It's like a fucking angel and demon just pulling at me because I'm like,
pent-up sexual frustration.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like, no, just go on. I'm not gonna.
All right, well then, okay.
It's bad.
He's feeling so vulnerable today.
Well, in that case, let's lighten the mood a little bit. On the Facebook page, the Kiss You Can Facebook page, I had asked the viewers, the fans of a powerful stream here, to vote on a number of different categories.
All 9 of them.
Yeah, a whole slew of categories.
Someone in there is Mighty Number 9,
Something I'm calling. It's the first annual, I got them all right here, the first annual Powerful Stream Awards. Isn't that great? Somebody.
Hooray!
All right.
Hey. I'm so
Hey.
excited.
All right,
Brought
so
to you by Rolaids.
Yes. By whatever is we got a sponsor, official sponsor, Boss Cafe Olay.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic. Put out by Suntory, who makes great whiskey and also has Tommy Lee Jones as their spokesman. So we got the first annual Powerful Stream Awards. I put a whole bunch of different categories on the Facebook page. Fans came and voted. So this is all from the fan. No tampering by me in any way, shape, or form. So let's get into this. Category number 1, funniest host. I won that one, actually, so...
Hooray! Bravo!
Yay.
All right. I won that one.
Way to go.
All right.
Whatever, man.
Okay,
Wait. Did they hold this the same weekend as the WWF Hall of Fame too?
Yeah.
Like, did they do this in like a closet and like you're telling us afterward?
No.
This
This is 100% legit. A lot of people weighed in on this. Okay. Next category. We're all up for it. Most attractive host. I won that one as well.
Oh, hooray! Yes.
All right.
Horse shit.
Who came in second?
We don't
Reynolds.
have runners up for
That
these,
sucks.
so we're
Jim
just
actually
gonna have to,
came in second too,
we're
which
gonna
is
have to-
crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to press on. I got to. Okay. Next up, smartest host, and I won that as well. So
How do you measure that?
Man.
fan voted, and I'm gonna have to ask you to hold. Please hold all comments until after I can get through this. Okay. Best beard. I also won that one. So
See, like,
we're gonna.
I don't know what's happening.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Is this like from your ASVAB test or something?
No. It's just okay. Next up, host with most paint on his face. I also won that one. So
What?
everybody. Okay. All right. I get the drift. You guys wanna? Okay. I'm gonna find.
Jim uses only Revlon concealer.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Andrew. You get the perfect attendance award.
Hooray!
Well, something for,
I get something.
Hang on now. I got Carcamo. You won least punctual host.
Hooray!
It only happened once.
I don't even know why that's a category. I don't.
The least punctual award brought to you by Timex.
Chaos. You somehow won best hall monitor. I think somebody's been getting into these. I don't know.
Well, that's easy. I'm the only hall monitor.
Okay. We'll cut this short because I think there are 37 more categories, but I won all of those.
Did you go back in time to 1984 to print that out?
There you go. Hey. All right.
So when did that happen? I just never saw anything on your
It
channel.
doesn't matter. It's over now. The first annual Powerful Stream Awards, everybody. Wasn't that? That was great, right?
Hooray! Hooray!
All right. Congrats to all the winners.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, let's see Classic Game Room beat that.
Yeah. All right. Let's move away from that and let's not ask any questions and move right in here. Something I found really funny. It's nothing I'm into, but it's kind of like taking the world by storm. It's this Pokemon Go business. I see it on the news a lot. People are apparently finding corpses and getting hit by cars and
they're walking off of fucking buildings too.
And being lured into like robberies and sexual assaults with like Pokemon bait, which is horrifying and inherently hilarious. But other than that, I gotta say, I don't really know a lot about this Pokemon Go stuff. Carcamo, you playing a lot of Pokemon Go down in Panama there?
Yeah, especially today was like a big thing where people got together, and tomorrow there's another event where people are gonna get together and catch some Pokemon. I've been playing. I mean, I haven't had a lot of time, but I'm on level 4, and yeah, I've been playing it. I mean, it's kind of fun. It's amusing, and I put it on my Instagram and Twitter. I found I was, how do you say it in English? I forgot. I think it was PG, because in Spanish we call him Pijoto.
Okay.
So we got PG, and I was at the supermarket, and it was like a whole bunch of chickens, and I got PG there. I'm not kidding. So so yeah, it's pretty cool. And like in Panama, we have had no accidents. I mean, for now, but like people are bumping into like light poles, and the other day, like a couple of days ago, like somebody almost got run over by a car because he was trying to catch something. So that's been in our local news. And yeah, what else? What else? And I discovered like if you go in your car, you have like more chances of getting Pokemon because actually that day I was on my way to the supermarket, and I got like it was like my best day. It was like a 15-minute drive, and I got like 6 Pokemon on the way, and then I got PG on with the whole chicken thing, and then tomorrow there's an island in Panama called San Blas, and there's like these guys are gonna do like get on a boat and go to the island, to the outskirts of the country to get some water-based Pokemon.
Okay, but just to be clear, there are like people in like windowless vans, right, with like Pokemon bait in there. What's going on with that, Andrew? Have you heard about all this craziness, dead bodies, and because that's all this other shit Carcamo was talking about PGs, and I don't know what the fuck any of that means. Andrew,
you don't know anything about Pokemon?
I don't know about Pokemon.
Somebody needs to push the SAP button for this podcast.
So, Andrew, what's up with this corpses? And because I want to hear about that. I don't know what the fuck is going on in Panama.
I think the corpse thing was that somebody was out looking for Pokemon and they found a corpse. I mean, that's pretty much the story. Like, I don't know where it was. I don't know.
I'll have you know, finding a corpse in West Virginia is not that big of a deal.
No, it's not. Not at all.
They
that's
find
funny.
7-Eleven all the time.
Did they try to catch it?
No, that's funny.
And that would have,
You need a big ball.
This fucking writes itself. It's funny.
I think that Pokemon Go, just like everything else on the internet, has really great things about it and has really fucking bad things about it.
Well, let's go down the list. Great. The dead body thing is funny.
Pretty great. Yeah, that's number one on the best list.
That's just hilarious. You were looking for Pokemon and you found a dead body? That you can't make that shit up. That's like
no. Hey, you want to hear something? I don't know. I know this happened in the States. I don't know.
It's like the premise for this generation's version of Stand By Me or something.
I don't know.
I had that same thought, man.
Great.
You want to hear some really fucked up shit? This happened in America. I don't know which state, but look it up, Google it. Like, there's 2 people, not one, but 2 people that fell off a cliff.
Yeah, it was in California.
How do you? I don't get it. That doesn't make any sense. I know you could be watching on your cell phone and everything, but there's like this
what happened was they were at some kind of like beach where there was cliffs, and they had climbed over a fence that you're not supposed to go past, and like they were just walking and apparently not paying attention to where they were walking, and they both fell off the cliff, and one kid fell like 100 feet and one kid fell like 50 feet. So
100 feet, wow, that was a nasty fall. But anyway, I mean, there's still, when you play Pokemon, there's like this little map that's, it's your GPS, and you can see where the road ends. That's why it doesn't make any sense.
I'm not wrong in thinking that this is all funny, right? That Pokemon is the catalyst for all this carnage.
It's totally
because they're trying to find Pokemon.
Somebody said something. Somebody said something. It's Racer Jam again. Thank you, man. Like the whole, and I knew this was gonna happen because before it happened, I told my friend, like, you can take screenshots of your Pokemon, and I'm like, I'm sure it's gonna be like some idiot or some idiots. They're gonna do like the whole Pokemon thing with porn. Like somebody will be nude and they have like some PGs or Pikachus or anything, and it happened. Now if there's a ton of pics on Google of like girls naked. They have a Pokemon on their ass.
They have Pikachu in their vagina.
Yeah. I'll have you know that's been going on with the 3DS AR for quite some time.
Yes, sir. Just about every other 3DS that we get traded into our store will have pornography photos on it.
Now, but are they pornography photos with like the Pikmin walking by a penis and things like that?
No, it's more like.
Or wait, no, like a Pikmin holding up a penis.
Weird prepubescent kids taking pictures of their junk is more like what it is, but yeah.
There's so many people right now who are going to get the car with the Pikmin and put the Pikmin holding up their penis. You know, somebody's doing it right now.
That would be so funny.
I was playing,
Yeah,
Mario 3. I was actually playing Mario 3D something or other. I was just playing nude and accidentally took a picture of my junk. That's probably the common
okay.
reasoning behind that, right? I just play DS naked.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jim, and you know something
Everything
else?
is
Like
right
YouPorn released a tweet saying like their biggest search on their site was like after Pokemon Go was Pokemon themed porn. Like thanks to Pokemon, like everybody's looking at Pokemon themed porn.
Yep.
Again, I want to say the Princess Peach and Princess Daisy pornography's been around for a long time.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, any kind of
There's
animated
Berenstain Bears pornography, Carcamo.
Yes,
I know that.
sir.
I
Berenstain
haven't
Bears.
seen that one. Haven't seen that one, but last week I saw like the TMNT porn.
That's
I've
incestuous.
seen that shit too.
That's what that is. That's
So is the Simpsons porn. Can we move on, please?
Yeah, we can, I guess.
Like
Pokemon
green
Go,
boost.
it's a thing. It's
I-
happening.
Why has everything led to porn so far?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
What
That's
do you
how
mean you don't
the
know
world
what's
works.
going on?
That's how the world works, man.
It's-
Everything's.
It's because
Hey,
Carcamo's from Panama and
It's
everything
Carcamo.
goes through Panama.
It's him.
Hey, is there like a Kirby porn? If there's not, somebody make that shit.
Kirby porn?
There is.
Oh, there
Yeah,
is?
I can-
There is.
What?
It sure can suck. So.
There is.
Oh my god!
You sure
I gotta
can
look
suck.
that-
Well,
Gotta
we
look that up.
He could
See,
sponsor
but,
Wayne's World.
It sucks as it cuts.
Yeah, that's obscure.
All right.
Liked it.
Okay then. So we sticking with Nintendo though. Andrew, you had a lot to say about this earlier. So let's get your thoughts on it. This I don't know what it's called, the like little mini Nintendo thing that's supposed to be coming out for the holidays.
NES Mini.
Yeah, the NES Mini. When I first saw this, heard about it, it didn't really jump out at me. It reminded me of like plug and play kind of things. I could think of like a demographic who would really be into it. But Andrew, please share with us your thoughts on this Nintendo Mini, and
Well,
nobody else say anything.
Well, spoilers. We were talking about it beforehand, and I didn't know it was HDMI. That does change a little bit of what I was thinking about the thing. But in my honest opinion, to me, it's worthless. Because I have all the games that are on it, and I have an NES. I'll play it myself. To the casual gamer, or as Steven so eloquently put it, my weed-smoking, what was it, Skittles-eating friends, they're going to love this type of shit. They're going to love this thing because it's going to have
You're making me look like shit by putting them in the wrong order. Just I wanted to say that.
I'm sorry about that. But, yeah, I mean, people are going to love it. The casual gamer, or like maybe some dude that just wants to relive his past but doesn't want to dive into collecting, or like, they're going to fucking love this thing. It's going to be awesome for them. But for me, it's pointless, and I don't care.
I can see. I'm kind of in the same boat as you. Like I said, when I saw it, it just kind of jumped out at me as like a plug and play. I was like, oh, okay, that's not really all that impressive. But if I think about like maybe that demographic of people who are like maybe mid 30s, early 40s, the people that grew up with NES, but they're not like collectors or anything like that.
Yeah.
So maybe it's been like over 20 years since they've played a Nintendo game, and they don't know anything about collecting games or going on eBay, all that kind of expensive shit anyway. And so they see something like this, and they're like, oh, cool. I remember that. It's not something they thought of in like 20 years until they see this thing, and they're like, oh, cool. I remember that. I want to get that and try that out. Maybe share it with my kids or something like that.
Also, I mean, one thing that has to be noted. Number one, Nintendo has very little to show us this holiday. They got to give you something. People have wanted this for years. Number two, it's HDMI out ready, which means it'll go into any modern TV. It's got, what I understand is pretty close replicas of the original NES controllers. You'll notice that the ports they use are the same ones from the Wii. so they can be used on your Wii Remote for the virtual
Well, I mean,
console.
if Nintendo's making it themselves, then the controllers will be quality. They're not going to be shit.
Correct.
Yeah, that's right.
Here's the thing that everyone's overlooking. Yes, you can see behind the Carcamo. You can see behind Jim. You can see with what Andrew's doing. My collection's in the fucking closet because I got a wife, so you know they have. Anyway, and it's not really a thing for collectors. What this is, you have to look at this from at least the way I'm looking at it and have thought about it over the last day or so. Is it's a social apparatus. Because think of everyone in their late 20s, early 30s. You now have a solid-state Nintendo with most of the good games that most people remember, solid controllers, HDMI in. Walk into any fucking house party or any grouping of adults through kids and say, "Yo, Nintendo party!"
Yeah.
You're just guaranteed a good time. We don't have to hear getting jiggy with it. There will be none of that bullshit. You just plug the Nintendo right into the TV, and boom! You're going to have a good time. So is it going to be a groundbreaking thing for video games? No, not really. But people have wanted it. People will buy it. And it will also guarantee that when it does sell pretty well, because I think it will, that means that there's going to be a Super Nintendo one just like it, and all you fucking marks are going to jizz in your pants over it, because everybody wants one of those.
Did they mention price point yet?
It's like $60.
$60.
Yeah.
$60? I mean, that's
not
pretty
out of
decent,
control.
too.
Hey, it's like
one thing I wish they would have done, and we were talking about it earlier, and I know that it's not on the same scale because I know I was corrected, but a company brought out a Sega Genesis thing that was sort of similar to this, and you could use actual cartridges in it. It would have been nice if Nintendo could have done that. Because
then you have to understand, they would have to have those connectors made again. They would have to spend. That would cost big money. That would
you're right about that.
That would put it up over $100. They ain't selling this thing for $100. It ain't happening.
Yeah, that's true.
The system would be more expensive.
And then you know what people would do? They would go and get their spit inside it and wear the fucking thing out like they did 30 years ago. Also, does anybody else? I think this is really neat. Is that the NES, the Famicom came out in 84 or 83?
I think it was 83 for
late 83. It was launched in the States in 85, but it's really big. It took off in holiday of 86. We are 30 years removed. This is the 30th anniversary of the explosion of the NES. So that's a neat little side note right there.
And
I just have to mention, where it really took hold.
I just have to mention real quick, on Monday, I'm going to be exploding into 30 years old. So
yeah, that's right.
Oh, really? What's her name?
Yes.
No, look, guys, my point of view is that, like you guys said, this is not for us. I mean, we're still going to, I'm going to get it. I mean, I have OCD and I'm a hoarder. But like Stephen said, this is mostly, the Nintendo party, come on and join. And, hipsters party and millennial parties, and this is going to sell like crazy. But I do admit that, I am kind of excited. I mean, I like it. It'll be HDMI. You'll get like good controllers.
And you don't gotta take your old fragile Nintendo anywhere. It can stay home where it's safe.
Yeah, that's right. And also,
because as I told Andrew, I'm gonna throw RPG Machine under the bus right now. Okay, I'm sorry, Carcamo, but I want to throw RPG Machine under the bus. He said this was a terrible idea. I said, wait a minute, you know what this is gonna do? You're gonna get one. It's gonna be cheap, and all your friends who used to play video games that don't talk about it now, they're gonna play this. They're gonna play those games. And you know what? Andrew likes these games, and your friends who never talked to you about video games before are going to talk to you about video games because they now have a point of entry, a place where they can get in easily.
That is true. You did say that.
To buy these games on the Wii U and the 3DS would be far more expensive, plus you have to own the machine that goes with it. This is a real easy way to guarantee there's going to be a lot of Nintendo machines under Christmas trees. People are going to talk about it. It's going to help lead into the NX. You believe me. And then all of your friends that never come around when it's time to talk about video games are going to come over, you're going to smoke weed and eat Skittles, and you're going to have a great goddamn time this Christmas with Nintendo.
I do kind of wish that they would.
How come I didn't get paid for that spot?
Amen. Amen, brother.
I'll pay you in love later.
All right, I'll take it.
Dude, at least, okay, if they weren't going to do like the cartridge thing, they could have at least gave you the ability to use an SD card to maybe put some more games on the system.
Yeah, but how many times has Nintendo wanted to let people crack shit open?
Yeah,
I mean, you're right about that.
To piracy.
That will
They
open
won't
it
do
up to piracy. They
Yeah,
can't.
you're right about that.
Because they're one of the leading proponents against digital piracy, and if they come out and allow this, that's going to make them look like shit, and it's also going to make this product notorious for breaking the law.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Another thing, Andrew, is that you mentioned the Sega thing, and that wasn't actually, well, it was licensed, but Majeska bought the license.
Yeah,
okay,
the
controller. Yeah, the controller was crappy. Also,
the Model 1 Genesis controllers were kind of crappy anyway.
Yeah, but check this out. Like if you're not like in a certain position, like you have to sit in a very specific position because you will lose like the connection with because the controller it's a wireless controller.
Wireless in this?
Yes,
new...
it's a wireless controller,
okay,
but it's not
cool.
Bluetooth. It's like it has like a sensor thingy. And you could be like playing. You know, when you play, I mean, I still do it. Like sometimes when I jump at Sonic or any game, I'll do like this. I'll go like this, and I don't, because I'm stupid. But
yeah,
still,
I know. And everybody plays Rad Racer like this. They go like this.
Yeah.
They're going over here and they're going over there.
So the thing is that. Obviously, also the quality. I mean, it was a regular plug and play. It wasn't HDMI. This has more advantages, and also, man, it's was $60, 30 games.
Do we know anything about the way it's going
to game? That's cool, man. Excuse me.
Is it gonna be in widescreen or like?
I think it'll be up-res 4:3 the way they were originally presented. I don't think they'll be stretched to widescreen.
Okay. I
think they're going to appear exactly the way they do in the Virtual Console.
Oh, okay.
So basically, you're getting You're getting 30 Virtual Console games for $60. You try and spend that kind. $60 will buy you like what 4 games in the fucking Virtual Console.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably more like 10 or 12 games, but
I'll totally get it, man.
Well, since we're talking about this Nintendo Mini and it's coming out for the holiday season and all, people were bringing up aside from that, there's not really a great deal on the docket for Nintendo for this holiday season. They got the Pokemon Sun and Moon, but other than that, it's all leading to like in March when the NX comes out and the new Zelda and all that
February, March,
stuff.
something like that.
So basically, for this holiday, it's the Nintendo Mini and the new Pokemon games. Does that really matter to Nintendo right now when they've just basically made $2 quadrillion with this Pokemon Go business?
Oh, I mean, they're gonna make a good bit off of Pokemon. I don't know how much they'll make off these consoles, but they're gonna make a good bit off of Sun and Moon.
That's kind of my point.
They'll make plenty on the console.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
I'm sure these things do not cost that much to make. When and they're gonna make a lot.
I mean,
of them.
Nintendo could box up a turd and sell it and make money off of it, but I mean,
that's kind of my point.
I don't know what kind of numbers.
With the kind of money that they're making on Pokemon Go, I mean, it has. Well, I saw some report about how there's just a huge peak in their sales numbers or whatever.
Their stock went up 25%.
Yeah, it's just a huge boom. More users than Snapchat or something right now. They're blowing away really mainstream.
Between that one and Meet Elmo, they are killing the app stores.
Yeah, so they're printing money off of this Pokemon Go. So does it really matter? If they do or do not do very well for the holidays.
What's missing from the perception that we have as gamers, people who play video games because that's what we do, not like the people who have games on their phone and they play when they get a chance. It's a little bit different. But what we have to understand is they are trying. I think what they're doing, and I could be wrong, but I think this is them graduating to the new way of selling video games. We've gotten used to, since the 80s, the annualized format of how video game development works and how this has to sell by Christmas at a certain point. Certain kinds of games sell in the summer, but not many. Most of it sells around Christmas time. This is the new way of doing things because it's not going to be like it was before, where every company had their home console and their handheld console. Now it's going to be, if you're lucky to hold on to your home console business, and a lot of the handheld business is going over to the mobile phones, and they're trying to make that as part of their business as opposed to someone else's business. And that's the mistake that I think like Square Enix and Sega have made, is that they have let other software publishing arms help them get onto mobile services, and that has taken the power away from them as being formidable in this industry that is changing. You cannot apply the same rules over and over again, year after year. That's how you get like the WWF, and where everything's fucking predictable. It's a new way. No one saw this. Everyone thought this Pokemon Go thing was just going to be, oh, fucking Pokemon. But the whole goddamn world is playing it.
Yeah.
We are entering the new way of how video games are distributed. So is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. I just know that this seems like Nintendo, along with a few other people, are making that leap. It's like they have to change the way they do things, or they're going to get left behind by anybody. Right now, when there's so much competition in entertainment, look at what we're doing. We're engaging in that competition in entertainment in some small way. There's so much content available that it's easy to get lost in the shuffle. So I just think that they're applying it in a new way. And like I said about the mini NES, that's going to help get a cheap Nintendo product into a bunch of houses this Christmas and transition them into this new way of doing business.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good idea for sure. I don't know.
And I'll bet you it's going to sell a lot more than the new Xbox One.
Absolutely.
Well, yes, of course. I mean,
the kind of money they're
that's
making off
exactly
this.
it. Of course. That's exactly it. It's a matter of being fresh in people's minds. That, above all, is more important than anything, the exposure.
They're sitting pretty right now. They're sitting pretty with that.
Yeah, the money is not the issue. I don't know why.
Nintendo's very lucky that they had a franchise like Pokemon to do, because I don't think any other franchise really would have done this. I think,
forget. They'll be sitting on the Wii money for quite some time. That's billions of dollars.
Yeah. But they're lucky, though. This worked out really good for them. I mean,
the funny thing was, the naysayers said, talking about how the NX, that's going to be the last push for Nintendo, and this is going to be what it's going to take to save them. Pokemon Go, which everyone said, fuck that shit, solved problems overnight.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people at Nintendo were like, weight lifted, thank you. I don't care what the NX does now, because we're good.
And so what does it matter? So the point is, what Colin Moriarty doesn't matter. What he says doesn't matter. I fucked that up. Colin Moriarty doesn't matter. Fuck him and his rattlesnake flag.
Yeah. Mofo. Yeah. All right. So put that to bed. All right, we're gonna move on to something here that Chaos. This was a point of interest for you specifically, and I thought it was pretty damn funny. In the state of Georgia. Apparently, the KKK has tried to adopt a highway, which is very nice. That's that kind of community spirit we like.
Nice of them.
Yeah, it's very nice. Very thoughtful. Very environmentally conscious.
Indeed.
That's their new platform, I'm guessing, is
sort of, kind of.
Environmentally conscious clan. But the state of Georgia says no.
By the way, they spell conscious with a K as well.
Nice. Georgia says no, and so now these poor little clan members cannot adopt a highway. Just the statement KKK adopts a highway is very funny. It's almost like the title for like a Ramones song or something.
Yes. Dude,
the KKK adopts a local highway.
Yes. So, Karkamo, not Karkamo, Chaos. This was your thing here. What? Share your thoughts with us.
I thought this was just interesting, worth talking about. I mean, because we talk about video games all the time, and I just thought it was time to talk about something that actually happened, and I wish I could take credit for writing this, but I can't. So, for those of you that are unaware, because I know we do have some international viewers, which is nice, we here in the United States of America, because Karkamo doesn't understand this, in Panama, the government has money and stuff. So when the roads are broken or dirty, they go get it. There's shit on the highway. Well, go get it. They need to keep the highways clear because they got 3. So they can't.
4, actually 4.
Sorry. They can't afford traffic jams because 1 out of 4, that's bad. At 5 o'clock, that's no good. So, that's immaterial. Here in the United States of America, though, we have something called the U.S. Department of Transportation, and they have the state departments of transportation. Some of you might know them as the DOT, one part of that being the DMV, and then this is where everyone boos. But the Georgia Department of Transportation and the other departments of transportation have an Adopt a Highway program. What happens when you adopt a highway? Your group or your business adopts a highway. A certain section of a certain, not the whole highway because, we can't have, things being actually clean. Just the parts where the tourists might be, And what happens is a business or whatever, in exchange for a marquee because there'll be a sign that says this stretch of highway maintained or adopted by such and such a group, Subway, Togos, whatever have you. And the KKK of Southern Georgia, I think that's their group. They decided that they would like to adopt a stretch of highway. I can't remember which one it was. I want to say it's like State Route 91 or something like that. Somebody correct me if they feel like it. And they said, we would like to adopt this stretch of highway. And they filled out their paperwork, and they paid the fee to send the application in and all that stuff because, things are, there's hard times in Georgia. And the Georgia Department of Transportation basically sent them back a letter that says, no, you can't do that. And they sent back a letter saying, why not? And the Georgia Department of Transportation sent another letter that said, because. And the KKK sent a letter that said, well, we want to. And the Georgia Department of Transportation sent back another letter that said, well, that's too bad. So the KKK got lawyers. They have lawyers. They have people, because they're a special interest group like the Hells Angels and stuff. They do, charities, obviously white charities, but charities anyway. There's poor white people. There are, I assure you.
One would assume so.
One would assume so. Like in Louisiana and other places, but that's immaterial. We're talking about Georgia right now.
Becky and Janie need new teeth.
Fuck was.
But in any event, so the lawyers that representing the state of Georgia basically said, no, you are not about to maintain a highway. And they never said it directly, but I think it's because they didn't want to put a sign that says this highway is sponsored and adopted by the Ku Klux Klan of Southern Georgia. But they didn't say that. They didn't say that out loud. So they got other lawyers from the state to push them down and say, no, you can't do this. And the KKK, the people who are responsible for racial lynchings throughout a lot of American history, it happens, believe me. You may not hear about it on the news, but it does happen.
Famously bad dressers.
Yeah, famously bad. Almost as bad as the Catholic Church, but that's another story for another time. Similar outfits, actually, right? Very, very, very nice. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. But no, so the KKK felt offended, and they called the ACLU. Now, I want you to weigh that for a second. The KKK called the American Civil Liberties Union, because you know how KKK is really in favor of civil liberty and all that stuff. They called them on the phone. The lawyers at the ACLU looked over all this stuff and said, no, Georgia can't do this. This is wrong. You can't do that. And so now the ACLU is fighting it out with the Georgia Department of Transportation. In response, instead of an adult solution, the Georgia Department of Transportation said, all right, fuck it. There will be no more adopting of highways. Mm-hmm. And instead of allowing the KKK, now I want you to take this into consideration. This might not be so funny to non-Americans, but just picture a bunch of KKK dudes picking up trash on the side of the highway.
I think that would be funny. I think the sign, just whatever sign they could get, this mile whatever adopted by the KKK, and that would be like you could have like a guy on it. And
but just to see them, just the dudes with the hoods picking up trash. That's a win-win. You get the dudes in the KKK picking up trash, and they're picking up trash on the highway. And then the Georgia Department of Transportation took the real adult attitude of, you know what? There will be no more picking up trash for anybody, and they suspended the whole damn program.
See, and I still can't believe
it. They did it with fucking taxpayer dollars. Hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars were spent on this. and I hope that I hope that there's going to be fucking people at the Department of Transportation brought up on fucking charges for squandering taxpayer dollars. I'm done. Continue.
This is nonsense because, I mean, if you can let Cosmo Kramer adopt a mile of highway,
Yes.
Yes.
you know, and you see what happens. You see what happens. You can't.
See, here's my thing. Let's let the KKK adopt this highway, and let's encourage every minority that we can to go and just shit all over this highway or just throw all your garbage there. Because like Steven said, it would be fucking hilarious.
Well, it'd be even funnier if people started doing that and then the KKK convinced Arby's to start doing it.
And like, you know, we'll paint rainbows down the road, like a rainbow all the way down this part of the road. Like, oh man, it would be great. I think it's great. America.
Well, I think it's safe to
Okay,
say
guys,
that.
the only thing I wanted to say is that I still can't believe the KKK still exists. I thought that thing was extinguished with, I don't know, Martin Luther King or something.
Carcamo, never underestimate the ignorance of America.
Yeah, we got
Never.
Scientology coming out of there. We invented Mormons.
Yeah. Oh.
Track record, not the best when it comes to ideologies. But I think it's
Does
safe to
anybody else
say
think
that.
it's funny when the Mormons pick on the Scientologists? I just think that's hilarious.
Oh my God! How?
Oh,
yes.
God.
Oh.
You know what's great is running into Japanese Mormons. It's hilarious.
Well,
It's
you're
fun.
fucking with me. They don't have that.
They
What?
do have that. No, yeah, I ran into just the other day. I ran into Elder Aoki. Boy, it's a lot of fun. Had a nice little chat with him. Not about Mormon stuff, mind you, because I kind of put the kibosh on that right away. And then I just had kind of like a normal conversation with him, you know. And he really struggled through telling me about his story of salvation or whatever. And you know, I was really patient with him. But I just thought, you know, it's funny. We got some Mormons in my neighborhood. Elder Aoki, he's a cute kid. I like talking to
So
that guy.
how is a Japanese Mormon? Can you expand on that, please?
Is he 17 like all the other elders of the Mormon Church?
Yeah, he sure is.
I always find it funny when they introduce themselves as elders, and I'm like, well, you seem like someone who is easily led, so you'll fit right in.
Yeah. Carcamo, in answer to your question, think about regular Mormons and then make them Japanese, so it's pretty funny. Yeah,
Well, but
Is there like
but that would imply like there's Japanese inbreeding, and I just don't believe that. Your population is shrinking too fast.
well,
is
there
there
are
like
definitely limited last names here.
hey guys, is there like a KKK porn?
Yes.
I'm sure.
I have to
What
imagine.
do you think
so.
started interracial porn?
It's probably called like. It's probably called.
Why
like,
do you? What?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
White power porn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carcamo, why do you keep taking it there, man? Why do you keep bringing us here? Okay.
Yes, I don't know
That
what.
thing changed his life, dude. Like,
Yeah, it
I'm just
did,
surprised
man.
because Carcamo seems like quite the authority on dirty pictures, and he didn't know about the KKK porn. Where is your credibility?
I don't know, man.
We
I
were
have
like
to.
off of that
You
too. We
call
were
yourself
somewhere
do more
else entirely.
research.
You know what? Let's fine. Let's get it all. You think there's Mormon porn? I bet there's Mormon porn, isn't there? What do we got on here? Mormon
that
porn.
seems terrible.
Yeah. Mormon porn is where the people actually, let you come inside.
Porman.
Oh, but I'm done.
Mormon.
Oh, I wasn't meaning to make. Oh, well, that was a dirty influence. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I mean,
I liked it.
I'm just saying because I knew eventually Carcamo was going to ask.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I would. You know what?
Question.
Fine. Fuck it. Take it.
Well, anyway, after that little conversation, I'm sure we've all got Georgia on our minds. Everybody, pray for the Georgia Department of Transportation or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to end on kind of a fun little thing here. We're going to go ahead and play a little game of Desert Island. Isn't that fun?
Okay. Do I get all the awards this time?
No, there's no awards this time. We're just going to have a little fun here. Desert Island, you can have one fighting game, one platformer, and one RPG to play on this desert island.
God, why do you do
Desert
this?
Island that just happens to have game consoles and a TV and electricity.
Exactly.
Okay, wait. Okay, can you repeat
You
that?
were shipwrecked with Gilligan, and he built you a bunch of shit out of coconuts and whatever the fuck else he had lying around, and now you've got a
say, is the professor gonna like get that thing to pedal a car battery so I can have video games?
Yeah, but you've got all your consoles made out of like fucking coconuts and driftwood, and you can have one fighting game, one platformer, and one RPG on your desert island. And that's it for the rest of your life, and it could be across any consoles whatsoever. Fighter, platformer, RPG, Karkamo.
Damn it! Why do I have to go first?
We're gonna
I'm
go
not
ahead.
ready.
Go ahead and let you get
Because
started.
you live on an isthmus, and an isthmus is as close to an island as we can get.
Yeah, we have islands here. We have tons of islands. Okay. Okay. Fighting game.
Fighting game.
You have to pick one. Well, I would probably pick my favorite fighting games. My favorite fighting game from all time, Marvel Superheroes.
That's a good one.
I love that game.
I did not expect you to say that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah, that's actually that's like my favorite fighting game. I was between that and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
That's what I expected.
Yes, yeah, really. But if it's on a freaking desert island, like there's so many times I can finish the arcade mode with those guys, and I don't know. I think it's a little more fun to play Marvel Superheroes, and that's the Marvel ones. The Marvel Capcom, that's my favorite one. I played the heck of that game in Panama back in '96 in the arcades. My main guy was Spidey, still is. And there were lines of people trying to get me off the machine, and I could only with a quarter I could be there like for 3-4 hours, man. So it would be Marvel Superheroes. Okay, a platforming game. Holy crap, this is fucking hard. Damn it, it's okay. It's between Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario World. I would take.
I'd go Mario World, dude. You got more of a game.
Yeah, I think I'd go
game
World.
to play.
Yeah, I think it would be Super Mario.
More.
Not that much more, but you still have a little bit of stuff.
The world map creates the illusion that it's a bigger game than it is.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant illusion. It's brilliant.
Isn't it bigger than Super Mario Brothers 3?
Yeah, just a little.
Slightly bigger. Well, I think I'll go with Super Mario World. Now oh my god! Now here's the hardest one for me to pick an RPG.
I already have my 3. I knew instantly.
Okay, RPG. It's between Suikoden 2 and holy shit, man. Fuck it. I'll go with Suikoden 2. That's my favorite RPG of all. No, my God.
You always talk about that game, man. Yeah, that has to be it.
Actually, no, that's gonna be it. But it was between Suikoden 2 and Valkyrie Profile. But it's gonna be Suikoden 2, man.
All right, so that's your picks are Marvel Superheroes, Suikoden 2, and Mario World.
Yes.
All right, that's pretty solid. It's gonna be a lot of fun. You're gonna have a lot of fun on your desert island, Karkamo. It's gonna be pretty rad. Now, Andrew, you seem really sure of yourself. You got some picks for us?
Fighting game, probably Guilty Gear XX.
Okay.
Nice.
It may be a different Guilty Gear, but probably that one. I played that one the most, I think. A platformer would be Super Metroid, and my RPG would be Chrono Trigger because it's got like 30 endings. I could play it over and over and over and over again.
All right.
Good choices, man.
Pretty solid lineup there.
After that, you could masturbate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You're gonna have a hell of a time.
I usually masturbate while I play games, but I mean either way.
Crap, how do you do that?
I'm not taking any trades from you ever.
Never underestimate the power of your nose while you're playing.
Takes a certain level of skill. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
Or the power of your tongue. Yeah.
Oh.
Mr. Chaos.
Yes.
I pose the same question to you. You can only play one fighting game, one platformer, and one RPG. What are they gonna be?
Fighters, Soul Calibur 2.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Platformer, Jumping Flash for PlayStation 1.
Never played
man.
that.
And
Fun.
RPG, Golden Sun, Dark Dawn.
Nice.
Good
Nice.
Is that one of those Game Boy Advance ones?
That one was
Yes.
from the DS.
Oh,
Yes,
oh,
but is it Golden Sun? Wait, are those the ones where you need sunlight to play or whatever? The more sun exposure you have, the better it is. So, hey, smart choice. You're on a desert island. No shortage of sunlight there. Is that the idea?
No, I just like that game.
It's a good game.
All right, yeah, okay. Well, then there's that as well.
I like how you think that I just like booked the shit out of everything and I've got all these plans and stuff. Like, no, I just like that game.
I gotta
for
get
me,
that jumping flash or whatever it is.
Jumping
I gotta
Flash
get
is
the
fun.
game.
It's wild. I heard people say
Yeah.
that it would be great for VR. I was like, that will make you sick.
Yes,
with
to be
VR.
honest, that would be a good VR, man. That would be awesome.
It
Jumping-
would be, but you have to realize that the motion of that game is like this because you're jumping, and that would make people throw up. I just know it.
Jumping Flash and Jumping Flash 2 are both awesome. Have you ever played the Ghost in the Shell game for the PlayStation, where you're in the spider tank?
Yeah, I played that.
That
Same,
would also be a good VR.
yeah. Well, the same dev team that made the Ghost in the Shell for the PS1 is the guys that made Jumping Flash. So if you like the,
really? I had
Yeah.
no idea,
That
man.
makes a lot of
so
sense.
if you liked Ghost in the Shell, you'd probably like Jumping. I mean, there's obviously significant differences, but there's some similarities as well. But yeah, if you like Ghost in the Shell, you probably like the Jumping Flash games as well. For me, if I was going to have one fighting game to play for the rest of my life, I'd probably go with Street Fighter Alpha 3, just because it has a huge roster of characters, and you can play through the World Tour mode with everyone. So it's, you can get a lot out of that. Platformer, I'd probably go Spyro, the original Spyro. Just
Wow. I figured you'd say Castlevania 4.
Because, no,
I definitely didn't expect Spyro, but yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good
that's
game.
crazy, dude.
Don't-
You shocked me.
I don't bring it up much, but Spyro, probably my favorite 3D platformer. I really like the first
That's
couple of
awesome.
Spyro games. So I'd probably go Spyro for my platformer. And for RPG, I'd probably go with Dragon Quest VIII.
Yeah, dude.
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
awesome. That's
Uh,
fucking awesome.
One of my favorite RPGs ever. It's fun. It's simple. The cast of characters is small. You only have those like 4 central characters, so there's like a lot of character development.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of character. The
There's a
characters
lot-
Have
yeah.
a lot of character.
Yeah, lots of characters come in and out of the story, and you stay with that core 4 characters. So it's really great. And then lots of side quests as well, and you can like capture the monsters and fight them in the arena. And so there's lots of extra shit to do in Dragon Quest VIII. You can put a lot of time into it. So those would be my 3: Street Fighter
That
Alpha
one was
3.
developed by Level 5, wasn't it?
It was indeed, yes.
Good,
Hey,
good
Jim,
work.
do
Good
you
work on
mind-
Level 5.
Hey Jim, do you mind like if we add like one more like category like a survival horror game?
A survival. Okay, go ahead. Throw in a survival horror game. Your last
Survival
survival.
horror is not a genre.
Your last.
It is a genre. It is a genre.
It will
No,
be.
it isn't. It's a cross between action and puzzle solving.
For the purposes of this little bit here, we'll
All right,
we'll,
go ahead.
we'll accept it as a genre. Your last survival horror game you're ever gonna play, Karkamo.
Okay, it's between the original Shut up! It's between the original Resident Evil and Silent Hill 2, and I'm gonna go with Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, of course, duh.
Okay, well, Andrew, same question.
Silent Hill 2 is my choice too because it's the fucking best.
For fuck's sake. Chaos,
Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2.
That one's
Yeah.
good too, though.
Good one. Well, I think I don't know if it's cheating because it's technically kind of a crossover. I'm gonna go Parasite Eve.
Ooh, nice.
Survival
The first
horror
one- the
RPG.
first one's
Yeah, that's more of an
survival
RPG though, isn't it?
It is, but
It's got elements. I mean,
It's got see that's what I mean. A survival horror is not a genre.
but it is for the purposes of this conversation, and that's what I'm
Sure,
going
why
with.
not?
That's what I'm going
oh,
I'm gonna go ahead. And,
Resident Evil porn.
man.
I have to imagine there is.
I imagine
Oh my
that's why they
god,
have
my
the-
camera!
I have to imagine there is. What would that look like? Let's see now.
Well,
Be a liquor. Be a liquor in there.
Be a liquor, huh?
You know, it's probably a lot. It'd probably be a lot easier to just animate that, right?
Yeah.
I'm not wrong in that, am I?
No.
It'd be a lot easier to just animate that. Anyway, gosh, this was fun. Talking about finding
Stuff?
a way. stuff, finding a way to correlate everything with pornography, as Karkamo is wont to do. So we had a lot of fun. So we're gonna wrap this up. It was a lot of fun in Morgantown, West Virginia. My first mate, the good man. RPG
Hey Jim, are we gonna
6.
take? I'm sorry to interrupt, dude. Captain, Kichoruka Captain. Hey, are we gonna take like a few questions from the comments?
What the fuck
No.
do they know?
Nah, we're not gonna do that. Yeah, they're not even.
Okay.
Is there shit in here about Jill sandwiches and? No, we're not gonna do that.
It's just people from Wisconsin. No one cares what they think.
Nah, we can't. We can't do it. I'm gonna make a
Majority
command.
said majority I will take Adventure Island on an island.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, that's good. That is almost a pun. We like that. Thank you, majority, for that. I'm gonna make a command decision here and say no. We're gonna.
Okay.
Andrew, RPG Machine 86. Good having you. Final words, sir, as we depart.
Thanks, you guys. Thank everybody for watching, and don't get killed playing Pokemon Go. And if you're going to watch porn, watch responsibly.
Yeah, very good.
Right.
And if you do get killed playing Pokemon Go, try to make it as at least as funny as possible.
Yes, please, for all of us, because
fall into a wood chipper or something to that effect. Because I'd like to read that headline. Way down in Panama, our resident deck swabber, Karkamo, parting words from you, sir.
Well, as always, I want to thank you guys for being here and in this powerful porn stream podcast. And I want to thank, obviously, my friends. I'm so freaking happy. I've been so busy and I haven't talked to Andrew in a whole long time.
Oh, no, dude, it sucks.
And Stephen and his rants, his rants are amazing. And also Jim Kichoruken. But anyway, guys, I just want to tell you that please support each and every one of our channels. We are like different kind of content. Well, I mean, we love games. That's the passion that drives us. But we do different kind of stuff. So I mean, share some love with us. And thank you, and expect more things to come from each and every one of us.
Yeah, we're a bunch of characters, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm gonna title this one now. Seeing as how what the fuck we've been talking, I might just have to call it Porn in the Clan.
Stream.
Porn in the
Porn
Clan.
Stream.
That's it.
Porn in the Clan. That sounds awesome.
Powerful Stream number 9. Porn and the Clan talk. Because I don't know what the fuck was happening here. Yell Chaos, San Diego, California. My own personal Rear Admiral. Your parting words, sir.
I'd like to remind everyone that a friend in need is, in fact, a pest. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, fuck 'em. And Kichoruken, Jim here, saying thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for commenting. We really appreciate it. You guys make the show. And until next time, take care, everybody. Shove off.
Bye.
Adios.